Whether the network renews the latest pilot series blanks the critical assumption that the audience will not only empathize with the male protagonist very different from it, but will continue to do so once he begins to commit acts that are clearly reprehensible. So in this question, we have a lot going on. But our main goal here is really break down this sentence because there's so many words. I counted them. I think probably like 42. It's a very long sentence. And you will see sentences, both 1 blank, 2 blank, 3 blank on the GRE that have that many words in them. So, or at least that many words per blank. So, what should we do? Well, as I said, break it down. There's a series. It may not get renewed. So whether it does, blanks the critical assumption that the audience is what? Going to like this character, even when this character starts to do really bad things. That's what the sentence is saying. And so now we can hopefully come up with a word that works in the blank. So whether the network is going to renew this series, blanks on this assumption that they're going to like the main character, even when he doesn't bad stuff. So the word that I come up with is rests. Rests on that assumption. Because if that assumption doesn't turn out, and they don't like him, well, then the network is not going to renew the latest pilot series. So whether they do rests on this assumption. Now, if you weren't quite sure, let's say you weren't able to get that word rests. At that point, if you're just not sure what word could possibly go in there, it's a good idea then to work backwards and plug in the words. So, invites. Does it invite the critical assumption? Well, no. Whether it's going to be successful, it really is based on this assumption that the audience is going to like the character. So invites doesn't really mean rests or based. It just doesn't quite match. Now, what about supports? Does it support the critical assumption? Well, that wasn't our word. And again, our word is it rests or based. It all depends on this critical assumption. And support doesn't quite match that. Stems from. Stems from means to come out of something, to result from something. And I don't think result really works very well with our word depends on or rests on or is based on. Indulges in means to take a lot of joy in something, usually in a way that's negative, and that doesn't quite work. And finally, we get the word hinges upon. Hinges means rests on. Everything is based on this critical assumption. And so, basically, the network is not going to renew the series if the audience doesn't like the character. They stop empathizing with him. So there it is. Hinges upon is our answer.